Yo guys, hello interneters, and welcome to an icon review. Welcome to the channel. And yeah, I'm here hitting you with another in-depth review. So first, if you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at AJWildman1. I've said that. Follow me on Snapchat here. And also, if you haven't watched the vlog when I actually ride Icon, the link will be in the description below if you want to go check that out after or before, and then come back to watch my review, see if you agree on how it looks. So then, in-depth review, let's go. I was following the project for about 2 years when it came from like them releasing the video of the CGI. Well, it's not CGI, is it? The computer programmed ride itself, where it was green and awful. And from that video, I didn't really expect much, but seeing it in person, seeing it in Blackpool was the weirdest thing, because when I've been going to Blackpool, nothing's new been there apart from the Wallace and Gromit ride. But it was weird seeing something new from Blackpool Pleasure Beats for me, as well as the wild mouse being not there. But I feel like because Icon's come, we haven't lost much. I know it's history, and it was a great ride. It was one of my favourites there. But I feel like because that's gone, Icon's kind of stepped in to make the park feel fuller and not emptier than it was. So the stages of the day. I'm going to talk you through the stages of when I got onto it, walking up to it, what I thought about that, and then on, and then after, and then exciting times. So, oh yeah, so you walk like in front of the building. That's where the train goes in after the ride. It's got a nice gold sign, which I gotta say, it does look cool with all the cladding on the side of it. It does look pretty cool. But the one thing I don't really like the top theming of it. It kind of looks a bit just thrown on there at that point. I'm not dissing the theming for the whole ride because I think it's great, but that bit on top kind of just looks a bit plonked on top for the sake of it, when it looks nice anyway without it. I like the black and gold like signs when we first walked up to it. It looks classy. It looks expensive, which compared to the rest of Blackpool, not quite so much. Oh yeah, so you walk round to the entrance, which is near the big one. It's just past the big one's entrance, and you come towards this new entrance thing, which I'm going to put here. And the gold and the piece of theming that's on the top of the building is basically a piece of theming there, but I think the piece of theming there works much better than where it is. It really looks really like classy. It looks good. Like the theming there is great. I really like that, and I really like how the track is literally right above the entrance. So not only do you get the theming of the entrance, you get the ride as well. So at this point I was so buzzing, because obviously we got to ride it before any other people. Well, not any others. There were a few before us, but the first day of this event. Right, the queue was extremely short. Like, if you watch my vlog, we walked through that queue. And it's not like an Alton Towers queue, which should take you about, if empty, about 5-10 minutes. This one would literally take you 2 minutes if it were empty. It's actually quite small, which I'll talk about if that'll work or not later on the video. But from here, you can get some amazing views of both launches. The first launch is right in front of you. So you literally look on to the left, there's the ride, first launch going away, and then coming back through the launch, and then the second section of the ride is, you can just see it. There's nothing blocking anything. It's a great queue for entertaining and some great footage of the ride. Obviously I didn't get any footage from the queue because we were pretty much straight on, but if I were queuing up, and I got more. Right, so we're moving inside the station. So as soon as you walk through the station door, as you do in Blackpool, you have your wristbands, you scan it there. And then you go in. It's gold all like along the top, and then the plans originally said they were TVs, but they're actually mirrors, and they actually work really nice. Like inside this building, it looked really, I don't know how to explain it, classy, snazzy, stunning, even some would say. But yeah, you walk in there, the queue's down one side, you onload and offload at the same place, which is I think different from the original plans. I don't know. But that still works. And the music is blasting out. So this just builds the excitement, especially for me who was I was geeking out at this point. So the music's blasting. I'm not sure on the music yet. Like, it hasn't grown on me. I'm not sure if I like it or not. It doesn't sound themey. It just sounds generic theme park at times. Like, I don't know. It might grow on me. It might grow on me. It might become iconic. There you go. First iconic joke of the day. Wait, what is my hair doing? Anyway, yes. Right. So the trains themselves are the gold, which I like because it's sticking in the gold theme. The gold, and they kind of got scales on them, like it's like an animal, which I don't know if that fits the theming or not, unless they're gonna release something later on about the theme. But it kind of looks like a snake or a lizard type thing. I'm not sure what they're kind of going for at that point. But yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it. The trains look beautiful. These cars, they have four people per car, 4 cars per train, and 3 trains. So that's actually quite a lot of throughput, and that's why I think it was running with 2 trains for us, and we didn't queue. If they were running with 3 trains, the short queue would pretty much, I think, work, unless they have a breakdown, or a technical problem. There'll hardly be any queue for this. Like, even at peak times, you'll queue at most an hour. Like, that's exaggerating. I think half an hour is going to be the longest a lot of people would queue for, which is great. Hello, Mum. Thanks for ruining my video as per usual. No. I'll talk to you in a minute. See, the operation was really fast as well, so it was just thrusting people through, and yeah, to say it's a 2-minute ride, to win through the people that much is really, really good. Right, I love the restraints in the seats as well, because the restraints are just across your lap, so and then you can't touch the floor as well. Your feet kind of dangling, which makes you feel so much more exposed to the ride, and you feel more involved, if you get me. So like, if you got it over the shoulder, you kind of just like, I'm in a cocoon, but you can feel the wind, you can feel every motion, you can feel more exposed. It makes it more a pleasant experience, if you get me. You feel more free to move. Yeah, again, back to the 2-minute thing. This compared to the rest of the British theme parks who open new rides, they're not that long. Like the Wicker Man, about 48 seconds long. This, about 2 minutes long. Like, Blackpool have always done that well, obviously apart from Revolution and Avalanche, but apart from them, pretty long rides. But yeah, compared to Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, it's got something along them, because it's just longer. Like, longer rides are pretty normally are better at roller coasters anyway. Right, so I'm going to talk about the actual ride now. So first off, you roll out the station quite slowly, and you stop on the first launch. So it's like building that anticipation, and then you launch off. But it's not like a blip. It's more like a gradual, like acceleration in a car, if you get me, like going through the gears, which I kind of liked. It was different, but you don't get that initial like thrust back. It wasn't as intense, but it was still very intense and very enjoyable. To be fair, it might be more enjoyable than just the initial launch, because after that you've got really nothing else to give. But yeah, so I like the launches. Then you go into a top hat, which interacts with the big one beautifully. So it goes up, you get some floater airtime. I'm not going to call it ejector because it wasn't quite that intense, but you get some really good floater airtime. Then you get pushed back down into the like downward into the what is it? The incline loop. That's what. That's what I was talking about. But yeah, like, it's not even just the interaction with the like if you're on Icon, because you feel like you're gonna hit the big one, but it looks so good when you're going up the big one's hill. Like, if that train's coming over, it's gonna be a really good interaction between the two rides. It's great. Obviously, then you go into the incline loop, which I wasn't really keen on that. I don't know why. And then you snake yourself down to interact with the Big Dipper and the steeplechase, and you weave through that. There's one section in this which I really loved. Like, there was an intense S-bend, and honestly, it was my favourite part of the ride, I think, because it was just, I don't know, it threw you either side, but it didn't hurt. It was like a smooth throw, but you felt yourself going. That's what I kind of like. That's why I like the Grand Nationals. Grand Nationals, because you get thrown about a bit. So yeah, that's my favourite part of the ride, I think, that I spent on the first bit. And then after you come back up from that area on the steeplechase and Big Dipper, and then you come back up, and then you go through a slow Heartline roll. Right, I'm not usually a big fan of these Heartline rolls on coasters, because I don't really like the hang time, but this one, it was judged perfectly. Like, you got hang time, but it wasn't that much hang time that it started hurting or you felt a bit weird. Like, the speed you went through it was slow, but it wasn't like, you weren't dangling for ages. It was great. Then going back down to where the first launch is, next to there was like these little bunny hills. You like go over one and then you go down another. And then there was some great airtime in them, little pockets of airtime going down into them, and then into the mist. And then before you even know it, you're hitting another launch again, which is, I've never known something like speed up and then hit a launch. It was quite weird, but it worked. It was a more intense launch. You felt your head go back on this one, which it had to be, because to get up that Immelman, it had to have a lot of power behind it. But I really like that, because we were sat in basically the middle of the train, so I ain't got a back or front perspective on this. But we got some good hang time on that, and then it thrust us round the rest of the track. The second part of this ride is what makes it stand out, because it weaves in between everything, like itself and everything else. But it's how smooth it is, but it throws you. It like the elevation changes are so fast, the direction changes are so fast that you forget. You're only going like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 mile an hour, but it feels so much faster and much more intense, because it's changing direction so fast. So yeah, this second part of the ride was like, it was great. It was really great. So then we came off, got our certificates, because we're special people. We got a picture, which you saw in the thumbnail of the last video of the vlog. So yeah, right, my thoughts, right? I'm gonna have to ride it a few more times before I can put it into a top 10 Blackpool, top 10 UK, top 10 worldwide, or something like that. But I would definitely recommend going. Like, it is, to say Blackpool, it's definitely what Blackpool needed. It needed a bit updating, seeing as the roller coaster was Infusion, which was at somewhere else first. It needed updating, and they've done it beautifully. Like, the Mack rides have done a stunning job on other coasters as well, like Helix in Liseberg. I think that's one of the reasons why Blackpool hired them, because Helix is on a hillside, which is difficult to build on. Icon is thrust into a middle of a really small space, so I think that's one reason why I went for Mack rides, and it's turned out beautifully. So yeah, so I definitely recommend going on it. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video. If it helped, if it spurred on, if you agree, if you disagree, please comment. Please subbing is a good thing, and check out the vlog if you already haven't. Check out my social medias, and most importantly, stay wild.